All right, beautiful yogis. Mwah. Welcome to your practice Tuesday morning. And let's just take a moment here as you're seated, sit in a way that's comfortable for you. And let's take a mudra today. So we'll put the backs of the hands together and interlace the fingers. So here's the people part. Close your hands, extend the index fingers and then extend the thumbs into this version of Yoni Mudra. And then I'm working here just to get the pads of the fingers to touch if I can. And then I'll just hold this right in my lap. So I'm pressing the pads of the fingers together, all of them, wherever I can find them. Lengthen yourself tall. And as you exhale, bow your chin, close your eyes. Open your lower jaw, maybe you're smiling. And just imagining that image of that Ascension card I showed you with the third eye open, relaxed. So if you're smiling, you're softening your third eye. And drawing your awareness to your temples. You might even feel your eyes spread out a little bit as you guide your attention to your temple space. And imagining this image of the third eye open and sending whatever it's receiving out through the temples. And even imagining that energy moving out of the temples, and as you inhale, it rises up to the crown of your head. And as you exhale, maybe it comes back down and into the temples and out through the third eye. Just connecting the flow of your breath with the third eye, the temples, the crown of the head. Softening your third eye, opening your temples, and sending that energy up to the crown chakra, where maybe it ascends up even higher. Adjusting your seat in any way you need to. And then keeping your eyes closed, you're just going to take this mudra you're holding in your hands up to your heart space so that the thumbs are pointing down, index fingers pointing up, and you might press that right into your heart or just hold it in front. Just feeling here this opening your offering of the heart and offering that energy of the heart to flow up and down. Even as you press this mudra into your heart space, you can take the heart back slightly as if you're leaning back. And take one more breath like this. Okay. And then we're going to take this hand slightly away from the heart, bring the thumbs up so they're pointing up as well, almost like you're closing the doors of your temple, your church, your steeple, and just reach these arms straight up to the sky. So you're still holding the mudra if that works. And in this mudra, I press the pads of the three fingers, pinky, ring, middle finger together. That's going to activate a little bit of something in the outer arms. And at the same time, releasing your shoulders, lifting yourself tall. And as you exhale now, gently release the mudra, bring the hands together, down past the crown, the third eye, the throat, and to rest in front of your heart with great reverence to your own transmutation, ascension, and expansion. To even knowing that when this hour or this time is finished of your practice, the you who will be sitting here is going to be different, transmuted, expanded than the you that's sitting here right now. Inhaling, lengthen yourself nice and tall. Hold the breath at the top. Drop your shoulders. Draw your belly in and up. Smile. Take in more air. And exhale, release. Maybe through your mouth, your nose, let your shoulders drop. And inhale, nice and tall. Draw the belly in and up. Maybe here we'll pump the belly a little bit so you can release it, pull it in, release it, pull it in, release it, pull it in. Do one more. And then release everything. And start to feel the fires in your belly. We'll do that one more time. Inhale, nice and tall. Pause, take in more air. And then pump your belly in and out. You can be really slow. And notice how far you can push it out, draw it in, and then release it all. And just pause for a normal breath. And we'll open practice and chant the sound of Om together 3 times. Inhale. Om. Bow your chin, release your hands to your thighs, lift your chin and open your eyes. Pete, I need you to be quiet. Okay, guys, we're gonna start standing. So take your time, maybe, come up, no hands if that's there. And we're just gonna stand for a few moments. So just rock front to back on your feet a few times, and you can even turn your feet out onto the outer edges and then roll them in. So you can see my knees are moving as I roll the feet, the toes are lifted. I'm going to come back to this front to back a little bit. So rising up on the balls of the feet, out on the heels, and then coming back to your standing. Let your arms drop in whatever way, nice and relaxed. And just be here, close your eyes. And just without doing anything, just like you're just standing here. Notice where the weight is on your feet. Notice, really tune into one side a little heavier than the other, if you can notice that. Notice, if you feel your hips, one hip more than the other. And just release whatever you're, if you're gripping your legs, like you're already moving into Tadasana, just start to drop down. So Tadasana, mountain pose. Good. Okay, and then we're going to start to press the feet down into the earth. I'm going to push down. This is great practice, when you're out going for a walk. You don't have to do it the whole time, but if you think about pressing your foot into the earth with every step. And then just as you push down, you'll notice the legs will firm, the belly might start to lift. You might turn your palms out, and you might open your hands, and then lift your toes up off the floor. And anchor down into the feet again. Come back to that with the toes lifted, and you're really pressing down. Moving into the outer edge of the feet, I'm just gonna move my hands so the same way as I'm moving my feet. So I'm really pressing down, I'm lifting the toes, I'm moving in and out. And it's not as much mobility as I had before when I wasn't really pressing down. Okay, then come back, anchor down. You can let your toes come down. Notice if you pitch forward when the toes come down. And then just do that again, lift the toes, firm the weight into the heels a little bit. You can even lift your belly, your heart. Let the toes come down and notice they are light. Okay, now put your mind in your heels. And you're gonna press, without moving them, press your heels out to opposite sides. You're gonna maybe feel your inner thighs roll in. Now hug the heels towards each other without them moving. And you can maybe feel your butt get tight, your inner thighs come forward. Just move your heels a few times, out and in. You can lift your toes if you like. Just feel that energy and then find the balance so that you feel the outer edge, inner edge of both heels are connected. Good. And then as you inhale, you can let the toes come down or keep them lifted. Reach your arms up to the sky. And breathe here a few times. So as you inhale, you really anchor the feet, you reach up with your arms, and as you exhale, maybe you soften. And just let it go, and then you find it again. And as you let it go, you might notice a big change in your positioning. Good. Let's do just maybe a few more. Good. And then we're going to end with the reaching up, pressing the feet down. And then you're going to reach the right arm up a little bit higher than the left. So maybe you crescent a little bit over to the right and then reach the left arm up. You know, your hips might shift a little bit. Just do that a few times. You're just reaching up, just a little bit of shifting side to side. Good. Okay. And the next time you reach up with the right arm, stay there. Take the left hand down to your hip. I'm just going to switch. Reach up. And now crescent over a lot, over to the left. Anchor your feet. Very good. And then inhale, come up. Both arms down. Let everything go here. Before we do the other side, close your eyes. Feel your body. Feel your breath. And just even a little thing like that starts to kind of wake things up. And then now find it again. So start to anchor the feet. You can lift the toes if you like. I'm going to move my heels in and out without actually moving them, pushing them out, pulling them in. I do that a few times. And you can feel your sacrum opening and closing. Then anchor, right? Lift both arms up. You can have the toes up or down. Stay here. Reach up through the left arm. And then switch. We're just going to rock side to side a few times, just like this. It's not a huge movement, but you're connected through your feet, through your fingers. And the next time the left arm lifts, take the right hand down to your hip. And as you exhale, crescent more over to the right. Okay, if I anchor my feet, I'm going to get more opening through the side waist. Good. And then come up, reach both arms up. And exhale, release, do nothing. You can even let it go and just feel. Even the breath has changed. Great. Okay, I'm going to come into tree pose. We're going to rock front to back a few times, in and out on the edges of your feet. Yes. And then anchor your feet. And let's start by really anchoring the right. You can put your hands on your hips, shift the weight to the right, lift the left heel, turn it out. You can bring it in. I've been doing this like crazy, balancing, challenging, coming in. So, you know, you might fall, but whatever one, yes. And then we'll move into our tree pose. So you can take the foot higher on the leg and grab it, take it up, and then we can reach the arms maybe out to the side or up. You can breathe. You can even bring your hands together, interlace your fingers, extend the index fingers up and cross the thumbs. And you reach so that the arms are almost on either side of your ears. Okay, feel the heel of the left foot anchoring into the right leg. Lift your belly. Put your mind into your right foot and find all of that we were just practicing. And take a breath. And then we're going to release. And again, I'm just going to do funky leg out. You know, when you do this, it's about the ankle on the standing leg. So yeah, find your crazy balancing. And then we can bring it in. Okay, now just stand and do nothing. Just feel. Yeah, let's take one more breath. Release. Put your hands on your hips. You can rock front to back or outer edge. Find your feet again. And then you can shift your weight over to the left leg. Lift the right heel. Turn it up. You can hang out here or come up through this, you know, just time to balance and challenge a little bit. So when I do this, and it wakes me up to, oh, this ankle is weaker than the other one. which is something I maybe didn't know before. And then come into your tree, wherever it's gonna be. You can keep your hands on your hips or take them out to the side, open your fingers, your hands, or reach up if you wish. And take time to anchor into your pose. Even if you're wobbling, you might opposite interlace your fingers over your head, extend the index and the thumbs cross. You reach up. This power of ascension and grounding. Now it's an earth card, that ascension card. We plug into the earth and we reach up to the sky. Maybe you're smiling, even if you're wobbling. Breathe. Good. And take one more big breath in. And as you breathe out, you're going to start to release and maybe you come back into this, you know, funky tree, I guess. Good. And then I can actually feel my ankle starting to fatigue. So that's good knowledge. And then just come down when you're ready. Breathe. Oh, amazing. And just feel. Good. Okay, we're going to step the feet apart. So are they, you know, maybe 3.5 feet. We're going to come down for a forward fold here. So start by just maybe looking at your feet, pigeon toe in a little bit. So the outer edges of the feet are parallel to the outside of your mat. And then come back to this like foot thing. Just roll to the outer edge, inner edge of your feet. Maybe you can challenge yourself. See, can I come up onto my toes and onto my heels? It's a whole different thing. Yes. And then you can plant your feet and inhale. You'll sweep your arms up. And as you exhale, open your arms, fold down to the floor. You can bend your knees if you need to. Hands to the earth or to your blocks. Inhale. And exhale, fold down. So just feeling into the backs of your legs. You might start to rock your hips a little bit, side to side. Or just hang for a few moments. And sending your breath into your back. Okay. Then from here, we are gonna rock the hips, put a little bend in your knees, but I want you to do it through your feet. So maybe you rock onto the left outer edge of the foot and the inner edge of the right foot. So the right baby toe edge is lifting and the left big toe edge is lifting. Then set the feet down and let that move the hips as you do that on the other side. So the left baby toe edge is lifting and the big toe edge on the right foot. And so just let that really be from the feet. So even though the hips are shifting, the knees are bending, the legs are straightening or not, let it be from your feet. So I am lifting my toes up here as well. I'll just share that. Okay, now stay with that. You've got that now, but now as you move into the center part, as you switch, really press the feet down into the earth. As if that pushing down and rolling is the only way to get from side to side. Good. Yes. So we'll end off on the right side, and then we're just gonna come back to the forward fold. So the feet will come back to the floor. You might inhale, lift your head and your heart, draw the belly in, and exhale, fold down, and breathe. Release. You can put your hands on your ankles if you like, or keep them on the floor. Feel the backs of the legs. Good. Take one more breath. And then walk your hands out, and we're just going to turn this into a downward doggy type of thing. So you walk your hands as far forward as you can. You can take the weight forward onto the toes. See, automatically here, I'm just picking my heels up and turning them out a little bit more. Then I'm going to keep my hands where they are, shift the weight back. And you can, if you bend your knees and anchor the feet down and into the earth, that might feel really awesome. You might like it better with straight legs. Try them both. Breathe. Okay, now walk your hands over to the right. So knees might bend again, do what you need to do. Once you get here, the left shoulder wants to lift. See if you can drop it down. Breathe. And take one more breath. Good. And then walk to center and over to the left. And again, you drop down here, dropping the right shoulder a little bit more. Now you can bend your knees, you can shift and adjust. Good. And then walk your hands to center. Good. Let's just take a moment, just fold down, breathe and be. Let your weight maybe move a little bit more to the heels, the outer edges of the feet anchoring. Good. Okay, and then take your hands out. We're gonna put the right knee down. So if you need a prop or something to make it nice and soft, just put it there. I'm just gonna keep my hands down. Bend the left knee, anchor the left foot. I can lift the right leg up and put the knee down. Ta-da! But however you get here is totally fine. Then extend the left leg, tuck the right toes under, and we're just gonna do this lift. So you lift the toes up, then you come all the way around and we lift the heel up. So we're just moving between these two. I'm just gonna move all my little altar items. So just opening your hip, and you can even watch your foot articulate. Look at your arch, your ankle, all that good stuff. Good. Yes. Okay, and then we're just gonna bring the foot flat down again. Move that heel out a little bit. You can adjust your right knee support, right toes are tucked under. I'm gonna keep the right hand on the floor, reach the left arm up. And I'm just gonna take it back wherever it's gonna go, and then bring it all the way through, just reach. And inhale, take it up. And exhale, reach it underneath the right. And one more. Good. And this time we're gonna bring it down. We're gonna come all the way and bring it down. Put your head down. You can move your right hand wherever you need it to be. Good. Now, if you're here, wherever you are, if coming down doesn't work, you could be on your forearms. Now I'm gonna anchor that left foot. So I lift the toes. I'm gonna lift the outer edge of the foot up. So I'm really dropping down into the big toe side. And breathe. Okay, if you're here with your head down, the left arm down, you can reach the right arm up into this pretzel. Then breathe there. Take one more breath, and then we're gonna walk our way out. So we lift up, come back, good. Okay, now turn your left heel, so it's your foot is parallel, so the toes are pointing out, heel in, and I'm gonna walk my hands around, pivot the right foot, and we're just gonna come into bent knee lunge, rocking front to back. So if you need blocks, take a moment and grab them. Nice and slow-ish. Good. And the next time we put this foot down, okay, you might adjust your stance. We're gonna lift the torso up. I'm just gonna take my arms and reach up. So I'm really pushing down, woo, into my foot. Use the belly for balance. Come up, reach up. You can see I'm not pressing forward, my hips are back. Now I'm gonna lift, keep the heel on the floor, but lift the left foot up. Anchor, reach. Good, now as you exhale, we're gonna take the right hand down, left arm lifts, so you can put the sole of the foot down. We're gonna come into twist. So just open yourself here, move your right foot back if you need to. Breathe. And then you can lift the right knee up into lunge, open yourself here. Breathe. And we're gonna come back into wide-legged. So we're gonna put this left hand down to the inside of the foot. Walk the hands around, pivot your feet. So we might be a little wider than we were before. Inhale, lift your head, your heart, your belly. And exhale and fold. Put your hands wherever you need them to be. Breathe as if this is like your resting pose. Okay, we're gonna come back to rolling the feet. So you're gonna move maybe onto the baby toe edge, of the left foot, lift the baby toe edge of the right foot. Just do that a few times. You can even look at your feet move. Whatever you're doing is perfectly great because you're doing it. And then anchor your feet, lift your hips. See if you can lift from the heel up to the hips. Walk your hands forward. And exhale and fold down into this very wide-legged, forward fold dog kind of a thing. Okay, and then walk your hands in. If you used a prop underneath your right knee, you might move it over. Okay, I'm gonna anchor the hands, lift my belly, might shift into the right leg, lift the left leg up, put it down, and find your Parigasana. This is gate pose. So once I'm here, then we're just gonna start to just nice and loving, lift the toes up, roll back, lift the heel. Feel your breath, your body, your gratitude for articulation, evolution, transmutation. I've been having the awareness to really look inwards. Okay, then anchor the foot. Yes, adjust yourself. We're gonna keep the left hand on the floor and inhale the right arm up. Just open here, be here for a breath or two. Good. And then as you exhale, we'll take it underneath and reach. And inhale up. Open, exhale. Take it through. We'll do one more. So I really feel the foot into the floor here. And then we come down, and maybe we come down, and maybe we don't. It's all fine. If it's not gonna come down, come onto your forearms. Extend the arm, maybe the head can drop. And breathe. Okay, anchor that right foot in some way. And if you are okay here to lift the left arm and breathe, you can even turn the palm back and drop this behind your back if you wish. We didn't do that on the other side, but it's all good. Good. Okay, and then take your hands down, lift yourself up. Good. Now turn your foot so it's pointing out to the right. Walk your hands around and you pivot that back foot. So we're in this lunge and we're just going to go front to back. Just lifting the foot, breathing. The left toes are tucked under. Good. Let your jaw go. And the next time we come forward, we're going to come up. So adjust what you need to. You can bring the foot in, feel, and then reach up. And there's balance. And then you actually take the hips back. So I'm over that left knee. Draw the belly in, reach, breathe, smile. Good. Take one more breath. And then we're going to twist it so that the left hand's going to come down, right arm in the air. You open yourself out. You can look up at your right hand. Breathe. And then we'll lift up the back knee into this raised leg lunge. Twisted lunge. Really power through your back heel so the leg is engaged. And then come back to wide-legged. Bring the hand down. Walk it around. Yes, you can wag your hips if you like. Shift side to side if you like. And then you'll lower yourself down again into this fold. And breathe. All right, and then stay here. See if you can lift all 10 toes up and really anchor the feet, the part of the feet touching the floor. If you push down, what do you feel in your tailbone? What do you feel in the backs of your legs? Maybe into your belly. Okay, we're gonna come all the way up to standing here. And you're gonna do that through your feet. So you can come up, like put your hands on the floor so you're halfway already. Now it's about the feet. So I'm really gonna anchor. As soon as I push down, I feel my belly come in, draw the belly in, take your hands to your hips. Then push your thighs back, lift your heart, and come up through those strong feet. Okay, now I'm gonna jump my feet together, but you're welcome to just walk them. Oh, I gotta move this. Okay, and then I'm gonna jump. Good, and then now just stand, like we did at the very beginning. Feel your breath, feel your presence. And now notice the awareness in your feet. You might not be doing anything, but you can really feel your feet. Okay, my friends, so we're gonna take this to tree pose and to warrior 3. I'm not gonna lift the camera up. I think you're fine. So I'm just gonna show you super quick. So you can watch me and then we can do it together. So here we go. I'm just gonna come up, it's gonna do tree pose. We'll hang out. Then I'm gonna take the knee off and send it back into warrior 3. A lot more graceful than that. Okay, so that's where we're gonna be. Your hands can be on your hips, they can be at your heart, can be up in the air. If you wanna go closer to your wall, if you feel your balance is off today, then find that. But also that playfulness and knowing, oh, I might fall, is okay. All right, so take your hands together at your heart or on your hips. Find that length and strength in your right leg, engage the right foot. Now lift the left heel, turn it out. You either stay here, come into your tree, or let's do a little bit of this, whatever this is, explore space. One more breath, and then we'll take it into tree. So you find your tree, and then you be. You can lift your arms up, find your balance, smile, feel that grounding energy through the standing leg, all the way into the foot, all the way into the toes, all the way up into your belly. Good. Take a breath in, and then you might keep your hands there, you might bring them in front of your heart. I'm gonna take mine in front of my heart. I'm gonna now pop this knee in front of you. So you're squaring your hips. Then you start to send it back. And you're gonna extend through that heel. And drop your torso down. Woo. Find your feet. It's about the feet, crown of the head, maybe arms out to the side or straight out in front. Breathe and be. Take one more breath if you're still here. And then release. Maybe it's a funky tree release, just for fun. And then come down. Now feel that right leg, right foot. If you were really working it, you're gonna feel very grounded. Okay, let's put your hand on your heart, on your belly. Feel your heart beating, your breath, your presence, your evolution, your revolution. Good. Okay, and then second side. So hands at the heart or on the hips. Find your legs. I'm just gonna turn. And then nice and strong through the left leg, lift the right heel up, turn it out. And then either lift it up and come crazy into your tree or be and breathe. We'll just take like 3 breaths of exploring space with the right leg. And then you can bring it into your tree pose. Okay, and then connect to the earth, to the sky, to the fire inside. You can reach your arms up or out or whatever gives you connection here. Breathe. Lift up through the side of your waist. Anchor all the way from the sides of the waist down into the left foot. And take one more breath in. And then as you breathe out, you bring this knee in front first. So we square the hips and take the balance differently. Then you can send the leg back. And if your foot touches the floor, that's fine. You find it as best as you can. Extending through the back leg, anchoring the left heel, or left foot, sorry. Breathe. And then you can release, or if you're still in it, take another breath, and then come back and feel. Good. Okay. All right, so once you're back on your feet, I'm just gonna inhale, reach the arms up. Yeah, and then as you exhale, open your arms out to the side, bend your knees, come down to forward fold. Hands to the floor, or to your blocks. You can step your feet wider if you like. Now I'm just going to take my hands and just extend them far forward. And we're just going to come up onto the toes and then send the weight back and maybe lift the soles of the feet with the heels on the floor. You're just going to rock front to back on your feet. So your knees can be really bent. Let's feel your breath. Yes. Good. Okay. And then just dropping in here in this a little bit of an extended Uttanasana. So your knees can bend a lot. You can shift the weight into the heels, drop the head, the jaw. Breathe. Okay, and then from here, my friends, we're coming down for squat. So if you want to grab something to put your heels on, you can. You can turn your toes out, heels in, lower yourself down into your squat, whatever your version is. Breathe here. We're going to take it into a twist. So even if you have your heels lifting, you're all fine. Okay, you're going to take the left arm underneath the left leg, hand to the floor. Then you reach your right arm up. You can even lean into the left. Breathe. And then switch. Take the right hand down, kind of anchors back, and lift the left arm up. And breathe. Good. Okay, take both hands down. Walk your hands forward, pop up onto your heels, open your knees out one at a time. So the foot is turning. Yes. Good stuff. Okay, I'm going to take a child's pose here in the squat. I know it's not happy for everyone, but you can walk your hands forward. You can be up on your heels. You start to drop them down. Let your head go. Breathe. Okay, even if this is really a place of discomfort for you, find your place of least discomfort. Good. Okay, and then I'm going to come forward onto hands and knees. Bring your knees down, prop something underneath your knees if you need them. Just wag your hips side to side. Yes. Okay, we're going to take a version of twisted child here. So I'm going to walk both hands over to the right. Yeah. Then I have my toes tucked under. I'm just going to drop the hips down. Breathe here, let your head go. And really anchor the left hand down. The right hand can come in, it's all fine. It's really about the left hand. So breathe into that. I'm feeling a lot happening, so I hope you are too, right? All the way up into the underarm. One more breath. Good. Now you're not going to do the second side right away. You're going to walk both hands in. Come onto the tops of your feet. If this works, prop up whatever you need. So I have both hands over to the right. I'm going to walk them even more to the right. Now I have more room because I'm down. Then I'm going to push the floor away, rock my hips over to the left, turn my head to the right. Did you get all that? Push the floor away. You might even rock your hips a little bit to the left, turn your head to the right. Good. One more breath. Now I might walk the hands forward a little bit and then out. So I walk them maybe up closer to the knee or wherever you are. Extend them out. Drop your weight, your hips to the left. Breathe. Good. Okay. And then release. We're going to come to center. And I just want to sit and feel for a moment. So you sit, if you need to rock off your hips into your mermaid, that's fine. Just take a moment and feel. I'm just going to sit here in Vajrasana and feel that. Yes. Okay, we're going to come back to hands and knees with the toes tucked under. Okay, rock your hips side to side. Maybe even look at your hips. You turn your head, they rock to one side and the other. Good. Okay, then I'm going to keep where I am, walk my hands over to the left. So they just go a little bit. Then I keep the toes tucked under, drop into this little bit of a puppy pose. Now it's about the right hand. So really anchor it. The left hand can come in if it needs to. Shift your weight a little bit more to the right and breathe. Take one more breath in and out. Okay, and then I'm going to put the tops of the feet on the floor. I sit down a little bit more and walk my hands a lot more over to the left. Now it's not really about the folding. I anchor the hands and I push the floor away. Shift my hips, my ribs to the right, and breathe. You might turn your head to look to the left. Good. One more breath. Okay, now I just walk my hands forward a little bit, almost midway there. Now I'm going to put them flat, walk them out, and drop down again. My hips, my ribs, everything's going to shift to the right. You might even like come up off your heels, shift everything, and breathe. So you are dropping your body to the right, even as your hands anchor you to the left. Good. Okay, release, walk it out. Now I'm going to sit. If you want to take it into cross-legged, that's fine, or drop it into your mermaid on the second side. Just take a few moments and feel yourself expanding into your heart space. And then notice that, third eye, temples, crown of the head. If that feels like it's open. Good. Okay, I'm going to take it to a downward facing dog. Now this could be child's pose too, if that's where you'd rather be. So either one. Just taking a few moments here. You can look at your feet with renewed awareness. You can articulate your feet a little bit, and any of those things we've been doing. It's always kind of nice to take a fresh perspective in your body. Anchoring the heels of your hands, my friends. Belly in. Good. Okay, let's take a little twist. So bring your big toes to touch, and you can do this, just come to hands and knees if you're in child's pose. So you bring your knees together. Here we bring the feet together. We're going to lift the right leg high to the sky, and then bend the heel towards the hip, lift. So you open your hips, you lift the right knee, move the right foot over to the left. You can look at your left leg. Press the thigh back. Anchor your heels. And then let's take this into pigeon. So you'll bring this knee in. So it's going to move to the outside of the right, like behind the right wrist and out. Foot is down, and now I'm going to walk my left leg back. So feel free, prop up underneath your hip, anywhere you need it. I always like to kind of rock a little bit side to side here, like a little bit of a cobra. So I still have my back toes tucked under, just rocking. Yeah. And then we'll come to center. So here, I'm just going to take this into the next place. You're welcome to just watch. But I feel my right knee and my back heel. I'm going to squeeze them together. And as I squeeze them together, my hips will lift. And then I can extend them out and the hips will come back down. So you can do that a few times. The left knee is on the floor. If you have the toes tucked under, you can feel it. If you've got this, my friends, and you can pull it together so that the heel, the knee, you might be able to come up. And you just kind of see. Maybe the arms lift, you smile. Okay, and then I'm going to come down and let it go. Okay, that's a lot of work. So bravo if you did that. Yay. Okay, I'm going to put the top of the foot down, walk my forearms down, or maybe take the head all the way down into lazy pigeon, sleepy pigeon, whatever you want to call it. Let your jaw go. Soften your shoulder blades down your back. Breathe into your space. Good. We'll take one more breath in and out. Okay, and then you can stay here, or you come back up onto your hands. I'm going to bend my back knee. So you might just be here or back here. I'm going to keep the right hand on the floor, take the left hand back. Maybe you're just going to touch your leg or just reach for it, or you can grab hold of the top of the foot, start to push the foot. Now as I push the foot into the hand, I'm going to start to engage that, the knee down, the hip, and I can lift my right leg up. So you can see I'm moving this left leg back, and then smile like, oh my goodness, and then release. Okay, I'll take the hands down and tuck the back toes under. Just gonna move into hands and knees, rock the hips, and then it's yogi's choice here. It's child's pose or downward facing dog. You can do everything wherever you need to be. So just taking your breath, your perspective, your flow. Might even notice a difference in the two legs. Okay, and then if you're in child's pose, come up to your hands and knees. If you're in downward dog, walk your big toes to touch. Child's pose people, bring your knees to touch. Lift the left leg up to the sky. And then you can look at your right leg, push the thigh back, bend the knee, heel to the hip, and then lift that knee up, open yourself. Breathe. Then I take my gaze forward. And then we'll take it into pigeon. Then we square the hips and take this left knee behind into the outside of the left wrist. Top of the foot is on the floor. Set the right knee down and walk the right leg back. And then come back to this cobra pigeon where you just rock side to side. You let your hips move. Let it be fluid, like water. That's what we want. We have our earth chakra at the base, and right above it is the water chakra. And if you have too much earth, too dry, it doesn't let anything in. You know that if you're a gardener. Then come to your center. Okay. Feel the knee and the back heel. Even I have my toes tucked under, so the knee's involved. Squeeze them together, let your hips lift, and then extend it out. Just do that a few times. The belly's working, everything's here. I feel my outer glute engaging, and then I'm going to squeeze it all together. And I lift myself up. Go slow. There's a lot here. Maybe the arms lift, maybe not. But the legs are really working, breathing, and then you can release slowly. Extend yourself into your sleepy pigeon on forearms or head down. Okay, if we have too much water, then things get, wishy-washy. We want our water and our earth to be nicely balanced. So we're not too stuck in our ways, and we're not too wishy-washy. And that's a practice, things change. As things happen in your life, certain chakras will close, certain will open. It's a constant thing. And it's this quest for balance. Within, so without. So you're in this imbalance here, just feeling whatever's talking to you. We can release the shoulders away from the ears. And we're going to take that, grab the back foot again. So you go wherever you go. I'm going to put the left hand down, right hand down, start to bend the right leg. Then I take the right hand, reach back. You can grab your heel, your pants. You just go, wow, look at me. Or you grab your top of your foot and open. Now I'm grabbing the big toe edge, but that's fine whatever you're doing. Okay, you can engage the toes. Then I engage a little bit of a lift. See if I can take the left hand off the floor. Woo, and breathe. And it's a quest for balance in the imbalance. And then you can release it. And we're going to come back to the hands and knees. I'm going to tuck my toes under. Walk the hands back and lift your knees up. Come into this little bit of a squat. You open one knee at a time. And say hello to your new hips. Hey, new hips. Who needs a hip replacement? We just need to do some pigeon and tree pose and all of the things that we've done. Okay. And then we're just going to come to sit in Sukhasana. So it's just cross-legged. Yeah. And give your Thighs, knees, a rub. Yes. And then we're going to bring the soles of the feet together. Baddha Konasana. If you need to prop up under your thighs, do it. Rub your feet, your brand new feet. Look at that beautiful pink color that you have brought forth by engaging your feet. Thank you, feet. I love you, feet. You're beautiful. Now, I had a girlfriend who hated feet. And I never understood that. That's so weird. They're so cute. Okay, and let's take a forward fold here. So however you want to do it, if you want to go back to cross-legged, that's fine. I'm going to keep the soles of the feet together. Lengthen, and then just walk yourself forward. However you come in, drop your head, your breath, your shoulders. You can make it less by walking your hands back, whatever works. Okay, wherever you are now, bring your awareness, third eye, temple space, crown of the head opening, your ascension. And smile so the third eye relaxes and the temples lift, they open. And feel that these chakra points are all connected so deeply that we open our minds and we free ourselves from habits and thoughts and beliefs that may have been planted into us that are no longer true. Even maybe bringing in this mantra, I release myself, I forgive myself, I love myself. I release myself, I forgive myself, and I love myself. And it's a capital S self, my friends. Then walking your hands back, and we're just going to come back to cross-legged, but opposite cross to your normal. Just sit for a moment, hands on the earth or on your thighs, your knees, whatever feels good. Let your head drop slightly. Smile. Just feeling your body making any little adjustments to your posture. When you release control, let the body do as it wishes. And just notice. From here, we'll bring the hands together and we're going to take the thumbs up to the forehead and rest the whole third eye space on your thumbs. So you bow your head heavy into your hands, let the shoulders release away from the ears, and even lean back a little bit, open your jaw. Take your inner gaze to your third eye space. And then keep your head bowed. Release your hands down. And then once your hands touch your thighs or the floor, you gently lift your chin. Just open your eyes a little bit. You're going to move into Shavasana here. So just let that be. Take your time and create for yourself beautiful space to drop in. I'm going to put a blanket underneath my head and the tops of my shoulders. And another one for my feet. And might even, as I put the feet down, I'm going to actually tuck into the blanket here. And those tuck around the legs. So, okay. So we'll rest together. Make it nice and allow this time for the body to just be. So make any adjustments you need as you drop in. And we haven't laid on our back this whole practice, so as you come down, you might be like, oh, wow. And just receiving the grounding energy of the floor, of the earth. And you as conscious observer of rest can release yourself into that. So any place that you're gripping or holding, these are habits. If we have a sore shoulder, we might always be holding that in a place of tension. If our hearts are heavy, then we protect it. If we have a lot of anxiety, we're going to hold that in our belly. And the earth chakra is this place of security and safety. So if we don't feel secure or safe, we're going to be gripping way down in the pelvic floor. So releasing where you can through the jaw, the eyes, the back of the heart, the belly, the pelvic floor, and allowing your legs and arms to be heavy, the soles of the feet and the palms of the hands open. Shavasana. Staying in your rest. If you're just dropping in and have more time, when it's just starting to elongate your breath, notice any places you're still holding, you can drop into. As you're ready, consciously bringing movement first into your feet, your toes, maybe articulating your feet in some of the ways we did in class, and just feeling how the legs respond. And then the fingers, the wrists, and you can start to dance your arms over your head, stretch yourself long and open. Bending your knees one at a time, feet to the earth. And roll yourself to one side and rest in your fetal position. And just dropping off whatever's come up with you. So if you feel tension in the back of the shoulders as you roll to your side, release it. Just seated, if you're joining me here, and if you're still in Shavasana, I honor that you offer yourself. Okay. And then just taking a few moments once you're here, you might bring your hands back into that mudra we started with. And I just feel I'm going to hold them in front of my heart this time with the thumbs pointing up and the index fingers pointing out. And you're welcome to put your hands anywhere. And just dropping into your seat, your breath, your presence. And you feel yourself anew. In this place of ascension, open head, open heart, grounding energy, and the flow of your breath. And to feel here and acknowledge that we are all a work in progress. And to evolve and revolve requires deep attention and focusing inwards, honoring the past, welcoming the future, and being in your present moment. You might bow your chin a little more, and then I'll bring the thumbs up as you close the doors of your temple, bring it up to your third eye. So now the fronts of the thumbs are resting in the center of your forehead, and the index finger tips are still touching. And I'll keep my head dropping as I release the hands. Bring the hands into Anjali Mudra. Let your heart, lift your heart, lift your chin. And then we'll join together in our May We Be Blessed mantra. I'm just going to imagine I hear all your voices. Inhale. May we be blessed with loving kindness. May we be well. May we be peaceful and at ease. May we be healthy and may we be happy. And we'll seal that together with one Om. Inhale. Bow your chin, Om Shanti, Om Peace, Om Namaste. And inhale here. Breathe into your hands. Catch your breath and offer it out. Let's make that noise. And with deep love from my heart, I honor your practice and your presence. I see you. Namaste, my friends. Namaste. Have a beautiful rest of your day. Yes, P, I know. So exciting. And I will see you guys on Thursday. Thank you.